Hello everyone, how are you today? I'm back again. Earlier on today actually I filmed my February grocery haul and you will have seen this hopefully before you see this video. So I'm back again with another what I ate for the month of February, and I'm actually starting rather bizarrely on a Friday night because I had my shopping delivery this morning and you can see what I brought up here. So I will link to that in the magic box and you can go and have a look see what I brought if you haven't seen it already. And tonight, well, Stuart's working late, so I'm having a real rock and roll Friday night. It is 7 o'clock, the boys have been in bed for about 15-20 minutes and all is quiet on the Western Front. So as I'm home alone, I'm cooking myself my favourite comfort food, which is cauliflower and broccoli cheese. So I'll have drinking wine, I'm already in my pyjamas, so yeah, rock and roll! So I've already got the cauliflower and the broccoli boiling and I'm about to make my cheese sauce, so I'll show you how I do it. Okay, so I have my butter melting in the pan. So just unsalted butter, and now I'm going to chuck in a couple of tablespoons of flour. Excuse me while I do this. I am holding the camera with one hand. So there's one. And there's two. So what I'm going to do now is get a little Wonder Whisk. These are the whisks that Nigella made quite famous. And just whisk it all together. It will look like it's never going to go together, but it will. And I might need to put a bit more butter in that. So just give me a second while I just grab a bit more butter. Okay, well it didn't need any more butter, but it did just need me to give it a two-handed whisk as opposed to a one-handed whisk while holding the camera. So I'm just giving it a minute now for the flour and the butter to cook itself out. And then I'm going to add in the milk. The flour and the butter have cooked out for a little bit now, so I'm now going to add in the milk. Now, if you see a recipe for bechamel sauce, you will notice it says that to add the milk a little bit of a time. I am a bit controversial with this and I add it all in one go and then just whisk, or I use a children's spatula like crazy to ensure that there's no lumps and that it doesn't stick anywhere. If you ever get a children's baking kit with one of these in, don't give it to your children, keep it. They are amazing for getting little stuff out. Okay, and going into little corners of little saucepans and the little bowl of the food processor very well. So that is my recommendation, get one of these. I'm going to add in the milk now. Look at my nice cauliflower and broccoli, there we go. Then I'm going to tip it straight in. Now you're supposed to do this over a gentle heat, but I'm hungry and not very patient, so I'm going to knock the heat up a little bit. Then all you do is start whisking. I'm feeling brave, so I'm going to knock the heat up even more now and then join me back in a minute when it's a bit thickened. Okay, so here's the sauce. I left you about a minute or so ago and it's already quite thickened up already. To be honest, that's probably too thick, so I'm going to add some milk to it. So I'm going to add a bit of milk to it and then I'm going to use this, my magic children's spatula, and then I'll tell you what to do with the rest of it in a second. So I've just added a bit more milk and you'll see now I've swapped to the children's spatula thingy. The reason being that there isn't that many lumps now, and if there is any lumps you can just swap back to the whisk. So I'm just going to mix it up until it gets to about the thickness that I want, and then I'm going to add the cheese. Quite a lot of cheese. Don't make this cheese sauce recipe if you're on Slimming World or Weight Watchers or any of those stupid diets. This is a proper cheese sauce, not a healthy one. So look, you can see it's already thickened up again. So I'm going to give it another minute, drop it down the heat a bit, and then put the cheese and the pepper, salt, pepper, nutmeg and some mustard powder in, which is how I always season my cheese sauce. And I forgot to say there's about 30 grams of butter in here, a couple of tablespoons of flour, and about 250 ml of whole milk. And then there will, like I say, salt and pepper, nutmeg, great big whack of cheese, cheddar, and mustard powder. Okay, so the sauce is thickened now. I've let the flour and the milk and everything cut out for a while. I've added the salt, pepper, nutmeg and mustard powder. And now I'm about to add the great big wad of cheese. So don't follow this cheese sauce recipe if you're on Weight Watchers or Slimming World. If you've ever seen a Rick Stein program, what Rick Stein is to salt, I am to cheese. It's not a cheese sauce unless it's got half a block of cheese in it. So this does look like too much cheese, but give me a second and a bit of stirring and this cheese sauce will be perfect. And there's the finished cheese sauce. So about 200 grams of cheddar went in there, but yeah, I like my cheese. I'm sorry. Don't send the cheese police to me. And here's the finished dish: cauliflower and broccoli cheese, sorry. So it doesn't look very exciting, but trust me, tonight it is a big bowl of comfort food. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye! Evening all, how are you tonight? It's Saturday night, it's around 8 o'clock, the boys are in bed, husband's working late. So yeah, he's worked all day today. He does that occasionally at weekends. So I'm home alone and cooking for myself. Well, home alone with 2 small people, you know what I mean, upstairs. So I'm cooking chorizo and pea risotto, which is one of my favourites. This is an adapted version of my chorizo, pea and red wine risotto, which I've got a really old video on my channel for that I will link to up here. So what I'm doing now is I'll just turn you around, give me a second. So I'm just frying the chorizo and onion off in the oil. Just a normal chorizo sausage and a couple of small onions. So I'm just giving it a bit of a cook out first. Oh, bit steamy. So the onion and the chorizo are cooking away, so I'm just going to add in the squirt of garlic puree. I hardly ever buy garlic cloves anymore. I always buy garlic puree because it's easier and it lasts in the fridge for weeks. So just give that a minute to cook out, and then I'm going to add in the rice in. Okay, so the garlic is now cooked out, so I'm just going to add in some rice. That's plenty. I'm not really measuring it, but 50 to 75 grams will be plenty for just me on my own. So just going to give that a stir to help it soak up the chorizo oil. Sorry for the medicine on the camera. Both the boys have a cold at the moment, so that's what I'm doing, and my kitchen is a bit of a mess, but to be honest, I don't really care. So now the rice is in, I'm going to add some wine. Sorry for my arm going across. Now this is a Coke glass, but let me assure you that it's wine. When you become a parent, you drink wine out of whatever you can find, and I generally drink it out of this glass because it also means it can't get knocked over. So I'm just going to shove a splash in there. The rest of it's for me. And I'm just going to give this a minute to cook off, or 2, and then I'm going to add the stock in and then put it in the oven. Mine is cooked out now, so I'm just going to add in some water and a stock cube to make my chicken stock. Now I'm putting in quite a bit here because this isn't a normal risotto, it's an oven baked one, so I'm putting in quite a bit of water and a stock cube. Now I've already crushed it, but I probably will have to put you down to put this in, so you're going to have to believe me, but that's the stock cube that I've crushed. So I'm going to put the camera down though. Now I'm going to put it in the oven, 180 degrees for 20-30 minutes ish, and then I will show you the finished result. So I'm just going to put this in and then put it in the oven. My risotto is nearly ready. I've taken it out of the oven now. It took about 30 minutes ish. And I've added in cheese, Parmesan cheese, butter, bit of pepper and the frozen peas. And now I'm just going to finish off with some parsley. Lots of parsley. Parsley is my favourite herb. And I'm just going to give it all a stir then I'm going to put the lid on. Now what I learned from Jamie Oliver years ago is that in this minute or two that you leave it to sit, and it makes it taste really good. So I'm going to give it a, like I say, put the herb in and then put the lid back on, which is very hot because it's just come out the oven. So, and in a couple of minutes I will have a perfect risotto. And there's my finished risotto, chorizo, pea and wine risotto, just normal white wine. It does look quite runny, but that's how risotto should be. So I'm off to enjoy it now and watch the Avengers. See you tomorrow. Morning all, it's Sunday and I'm cooking a chicken casserole for our dinner. Now it's actually only 11:30 in the morning and we're not planning on eating this till about 8 o'clock tonight. But Stuart is golfing today. So I'm doing him for something when he gets back from golf, and yeah. But I'm actually on my way shortly to go to my mother-in-law's to have Sunday dinner there with the boys. So I'm going to have 2 big dinners today, but at least with the casserole I only need to choose a little bit, casserole stew type thing. So what's in here is about 4 onions, 4 small onions, 4 large carrots peeled and cut into round, handful of baby button mushrooms chopped up, 6 skinless and boneless chicken thighs, loads of salt and pepper and some dried thyme, a stock cube with some water and one of these Coleman's chicken casserole mixes. So I mean it's not a special slow cooker one, but it'll still do the job. So I'm going to leave this going now for 6 hours on low. Then when I come back later I will peel some potatoes and we will have those with it later on as well. So that's it. Sorry for the background noise, the washing machine's on. So I'll check in with you later. And there's the finished slow cooker chicken casserole type thing. I've just bought some potatoes to go with it, but it is a bit slightly runnier than I intended. But anyway, it'll taste nice and we've got those left for tomorrow. Everyone, it's Wednesday. It's not Wednesday, it's Tuesday. Sorry I didn't film last night. Basically we had the stew again for tea and I went off to yoga, so I didn't think you needed to see my chicken stew casserole, whatever it was, twice. So tonight is Tuesday night. It is about 9:15, so dinner's a bit late and we're having chicken curry because I actually made a mess because I brought a load of chicken thinking I'd put it in the freezer and then realised I didn't have any room in the freezer, so I had to use the chicken today to use it up. So we've got chicken curry. I haven't showed you me making it because I actually showed you how to make it in the last What I Ate. So I'm just going to show it to you. The only difference is this time is I actually cooked the rice in my rice cooker, not the microwave rice. Because we were spending a fortune on microwave rice and I can't cook rice. I can't. Rice. So I've cooked the rice in my rice cooker. I've made a bit too much because I'm still learning how to use it, but it's still cheaper than buying the microwave packets. So I'll show you a bit of the curry and then I'll see you tomorrow for the last night of the What I Ate. So I'll see you tomorrow. And there's the curry and the naan bread and the rice. And this, if you ignore the mess, is my new rice cooker. I love it. Evening all, it's 9:15 on a Wednesday evening and this is the last night of my What I Ate This Week haul week video. And I've actually been at work. I didn't leave work till 6:30 today. And I've just come home, I've just washed up. I'm trying to get as much as I can done so in the morning I can walk in and the kitchen is a bit cleaner than it is and I can get some of the jobs done without feeling too guilty. So what we are having for tea is a Pizza Express pizza straight from the chiller at the supermarket that was delivered to me in my grocery haul. Food bloggers deserve a night off. So I'll turn you around and I'll show you what we're having. So I'm having the sloppy Giuseppe. These are Pizza Express ones, which is hot spice beef with green peppers, and Stuart is having the American, which is a pepperoni pizza. So I'm just about to put them in the oven now and I'll show you the result once they're cooked. And there is my finished pizza. Stuart's already eating his. I'm going to finish the What I Ate This Week here, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. So if you like it, please give it a thumbs up and I would love it if more of you subscribed. So stay tuned for more recipe videos, reviews, hauls and whatever else I can think of that's food related to put on the channel too. So thank you very much. Bye!